This is what I do every time. Sinking. Wait, we need a visual cue now, because I'm not just doing my voice, am I?
Hello and welcome to episode 1 of the CineChatters Podcast with me, Connor, and Harvey.
Hello.
Today, in this episode, we have a list of things we're going to be talking about, and
we've got plenty of things here. We're going to be covering the new Spiderman No Way Home trailer.
Yep.
We're going to be covering Free Guy, which was released not too long ago. We're also going to be covering What If, the TV series from Marvel.
Yeah, on Disney Plus.
Good fun. We're also going to be covering Shang Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings, which comes out on September 3rd, so look forward to that. And we've also got a small challenge at the end
for each of us. We've kind of made each other a challenge to give to the other person, and we're going to hopefully have completed that by the next episode.
Yeah.
So that's the aim, at least. But. Yeah. To start off the podcast, we've kind of made fact files.
We've made a fact file over each. We've got like a few questions in each one.
Yep.
And we're just going to go with it. We're just to give you guys a little bit more information about us, and just so you can get to know us a bit more, because at the moment we're strangers, so you know.
Yeah. Then most of them are film related, so that kind of you get more knowledge on our film knowledge, if that makes sense.
Yeah, and the sort of stuff we like and don't like, and we're going to go with it. All right.
Would you like to do yours first? Should we read? We'll read out what the actual sort of
I don't mind
sub bits are. So we're gonna say our name, our age, our height, our interests, our favourite film and favourite TV show.
Yeah.
The film we watched the most, the biggest fear, the most memorable cinematic moment, a film that we've watched which most people haven't, and a film we liked the most which most people didn't like.
Yeah.
So
basically, I'll tell you what. Shall we read each other's?
Go on then. So you take that. Go on, you go for it. I'll let you take centre stage and read my one first, and then I'll read yours.
Yeah, okay.
I'll keep that close.
I'll tell you what we'll do. We'll do. So I'll say one, you say one.
Okay, yeah, that sounds like a good idea.
You say next, so we keep it in time. All right.
Do we need name?
Well, we don't need it. Well, we'll do name.
Yeah, do name.
Your name is Connor.
Yep.
All right.
Well. On this fact file that I needed to know, your name is Harvey.
I know. Shocker.
I didn't know that one.
That is a shocker. Okay, you're 18.
Yeah, both 18, obviously.
18, yeah. Your height, you've put 6 foot, aka 5'9".
Yeah, 6 foot, also known as 5'9".
Also known
because they're basically the same height. You know what I mean? Well, your height is 6'2", which is just a little bit taller than me.
Okay, we'll leave that one there. Interest, we've got skateboarding, skating and snowboarding.
Yeah, and your interest is film, obviously, which I kind of didn't think we were including that. But
obviously, I mean,
yeah. And we got.
I've got to let them know.
Yeah, well, they might not know from the podcast.
Maybe.
But then we've also got gaming, drumming, and football.
Yeah, I'm a pretty big football fan, to be honest.
Yeah,
I do love a bit of football. No, a recent interest of mine, to be honest. Quite fun.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't play. I watch. God forbid I play football. Oh my days. Okay. Yeah, gaming and drumming as well.
Yeah.
Quite fun as well.
Go on then. Favourite film.
Oh God, I've turned it off. I've turned the phone off. Favourite film you've got down here, Sixth Sense.
Yeah, it's a film that my dad introduced to me, which I didn't expect to be like as good as it is, but it's actually really enjoyable.
Yeah.
So your favourite film is Pirates of the Caribbean 1, 2, and 3 because I quote, I can't pick a favourite.
I can't pick a favourite. Like, I was introduced to these films when I was about 11, I think, and I think my mum and dad like went out somewhere, and it was just like, oh no, I think my dad was actually here. I don't know where my mum was, but we were sat down on the sofa, and I just remember we like pulled the sofa out so it was like more in line with the TV, and we put the Pirates of the Caribbean trilogy on.
Yeah.
Oh my days, it was so good. It was so good, and I do have to mention this. I did go to lengths to get a £40.
Yeah, I've heard this.
Davy Jones pop vinyl figure, which is still unboxed, so, you know, I'm keeping that mint condition. But
I have something I have to say.
What's this?
I may or may not have seen much Pirates of the Caribbean. I've seen the first two films, but I don't think I've seen any of the others.
You've seen the second one. The second one is good.
I saw them recently.
Yeah.
Before then, I'd never seen any of them, which is so bad. I've played the Pirates of the Caribbean Lego game, but that is it.
Lego Gate, I love that.
All right, go on then. Favorite TV show.
Favorite TV show for you is Rick and Morty. I actually, coming into this, I was browsing Netflix to see what TV shows there are. I actually thought Connor's gonna pick Rick and Morty.
Just because I don't watch
there's a pickle
TV.
There's a pickle Rick sat on the desk right here. Like,
I just don't watch any TV, and it's just like I couldn't think of what to put, so I just had to put the Rick and Morty. I nearly said your one.
It's fair enough, though.
But the one you've put I didn't think of, which is The In-Betweeners, which is actually amazing, but I just didn't think, because I don't watch that much TV, I just couldn't think of one to put.
That's fair enough. Yeah, I watched The In-Betweeners like a couple months ago.
Yeah.
And I know it's quite recent to be like, oh, it's my favourite TV show, but it actually is.
It's
really
very enjoyable.
Solid. I didn't think it was actually that good.
Yeah.
And, like, I thought that is not what I'm going to say. I didn't think it was that. No, I thought it was good. I thought it was brilliant. But going into it, I didn't think it was anything. Yeah. And then I was like really surprised. So I thought it was really cool. Actually, I want to give a shout right here to Invincible. I nearly put that down. I
was close to putting it as well.
I nearly put Invincible down because that is honestly that took my mind. That blew my mind. It was amazing.
It is so good.
So moving on. Most watched film, was that on there?
Yeah,
film you've watched the most time. We've got Infinity War or Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2 for you.
The second one, no one's going to agree with me, but I prefer the second one over the first one.
Yeah, really.
I just because of the use of music, it's a lot more. But the films you've watched the most is either School of Rock or Karate Kid.
Yeah. 2010. Karate Kid 2010.
2010
there's multiple.
Okay.
2010. And I have some backstory around these, by the way. I've given some decent thought to all of these.
Go on then.
So, School of Rock, I was introduced to by my sister, I think it was. We have it on DVD.
Yeah.
And all I can remember is literally sitting down, and I think I watched that film maybe 2 or 3 times in the same day.
The first time you watched it,
No, not the first time. But
okay.
When I got my hands on the DVD from my sister,
yeah,
I then watched it like 2 or 3 times in the same day. It was pretty sad. And also, Karate Kid 2010 was the film I watched every time I had a sleepover with a friend. Every time it was on. And it was just amazing. Absolute quality. Jaden Smith, Jackie Chan.
Yeah.
Absolutely amazing.
I didn't think about a film that I watched probably a million times when I was younger, but I might have it here. But it's Astro Boy, which I watched so many times and I just didn't think about it. But I doubt I'd watch that the most. I don't know.
Your biggest fear is failure.
Yeah, well, okay.
Explain.
Well, obviously, I feel like I fear the most is letting people down, because I have a high expectation of myself, so I feel like that's reflected from other people, that other people have this same expectation of me. So then, kind of, and as well as that, I have very high expectations of like high goals and stuff that I want to do in life, because I want to go into like a media industry.
Yeah.
It's a very difficult industry to get into, and I wouldn't want to then not be able to get into that, and I let myself down, and like, so it's just a big fear, and it's always sort of like in my mind that could happen. But like I hope it doesn't. But you know what I mean. Like,
no, yeah, that makes sense. That's a good answer actually. I've got written down. Oh, I can't say mine, but
yeah. Okay, the one you've written down is heights, but
yeah,
it's a very strange one considering you're like 6 foot 2.
6'2", and I'm afraid yeah. Basically, the main thing that I can remember from me actually getting this fear of heights is I was a Cub Scout.
Yeah.
And I remember going abseiling. It was the one where you like have the rope climb down the wall. Backwards.
Yeah.
Off a high wall, climbing down backwards, and I couldn't.
Yeah.
I couldn't take the plunge. It was horrible. Oh my god! It brings back PTSD now. Honestly, It was awful.
No, I remember abseiling.
most memorable cinematic moment. You've put what's the actual title? It's
Spider-Man Into the
Spider-Man
Spider-Verse.
Into the Spider-Verse: The Leap of Faith.
Yeah.
That's the bit.
Do you know that scene?
That's the bit where he like jumps
Yeah.
off and it all does the
Yeah, he's
camera.
holding on to like the glass and then
Yeah.
it like rips the glass and that is such a good scene.
It is pretty cool. It is a very
and
good
I can just
scene.
hear the song, the "What's Up, Danger." It's so good.
That is a very good scene. That's a good shout.
Okay, your most memorable cinematic moment is either the "You should have gone for the head" or Captain America Lived in Munich, which, okay, I remember watching that in the cinema opening night, and it was insane.
Opening night. I actually didn't get to see it opening night. I saw it the next day.
Yeah.
The next, literally as soon as I could, I watched it, obviously.
Yeah.
And that moment where the audience was just like, they just got so hype.
Yeah, it's not like an American one, but it's like you could feel
There
like
was
the environment.
There was the camera shot of Mjolnir going up,
just lifting.
So
it had
good.
that. Okay, I give you that.
And then I couldn't like decide between that one or Thanos's "You Should Have Gone to the Head," because when I saw that in cinema,
It's a good scene because it's such a subversion of expectations.
It was
because you
so
think
good,
they're gonna win when they don't.
This is second to last one, penultimate one.
Yeah, second to last.
A film you haven't watched, which most people have. You've got 2 written down.
Yeah,
here.
I wrote 2.
You've got.
Well, you technically wrote like 9 to some extent.
Well, hang on.
Okay, we'll get back to that in a minute.
You've got Forrest Gump and The Matrix.
I know. It's so bad that I haven't watched either of them. I just haven't ever really gotten to the chance. I nearly did watch Matrix, but then I kind of... It's going to sound bad. I got bored halfway through.
I have to agree with you. I haven't watched them either.
You haven't?
I haven't watched them either.
Oh, that makes me feel so much less bad.
A lot of more classic films like them that I haven't actually gotten around time to... Because it's just hard to sometimes fit these films in, if you know what I mean.
Yeah. A film that you haven't watched, which most people have, is the entire Star Wars franchise. I've watched the entire Star Wars franchise, and this is one that I'm kind of confused about.
I can absolutely already imagine all of the Star Wars fans absolutely hating me right now.
Yeah, and all they care about.
I will watch them. I will watch them. Not yet.
Okay.
I will.
Alright, the last one on the list.
Last one. A film I liked, or each other liked, which most people didn't. You've gone for £7.
Yeah.
I've never heard of £7.
Exactly. It's a film I watched literally last night.
I
watched it last night, and it was actually really good because my dad recommended it to me, which he recommends loads of films to me. I've got literally like this whole DVD thing, like right here, just of films my dad's like told me I have to watch.
Yeah.
But he recommended it to me, and when he said it, he was like, "Oh, it's not very rated highly on Rotten Tomatoes," which is the least reliable website ever. But that's why I've kind of put that as the one that most people didn't like, because it's 27% on Rotten Tomatoes, but it's like 7.1 on IMDb.
Yeah.
So it's not a bad film. It's just not rated very highly. But you put one, which is not bad of a film, to be honest.
No, I haven't. No.
Iron Man 3.
Iron Man 3. Yeah.
And talking about Iron Man 3, it's really not to do with anything, but when I was at work the other day, they had that on like the crew room TV, and I was watching it while I was on my break at work. It was quite funny.
That's amazing. Yeah, I put Iron Man 3 because, as far as I'm aware, it's not the most hated Marvel movie.
No, not by a long way.
But it's definitely nowhere near the best.
Yeah.
It's probably not even really near middle of the
I'd say below mid, yeah.
Yeah. I really enjoyed it. I thought it was really unique. I liked the introduction of Trevor Slattery, the Mandarin, the fake Mandarin.
Yeah.
Plus, I mean, it's got the beginnings of the 10 Rings, which we will will get onto that later as well.
Yeah, we'll come back to that later. It would have been if we wanted to speak about that now, it would have been a really good segue into it.
But we're not that good at the podcast yet. We've got to work our way up.
We'll come back to it later.
But yeah, that is the extent of our fact files. I hope you learned a bit more about us.
Yeah. In that last 18 minutes we were recording. It's probably shorter for them because we can cut bits out.
Probably.
But 18 minutes. So, what subject do we start with?
Well, we've got to go for the elephant in the room at the moment, haven't we?
Okay.
It released I think Monday morning, maybe Tuesday morning for us, because we're in the UK.
It was the 23rd.
The 23rd.
I know that for a fact.
We're obviously talking about the Spider-Man No Way Home trailer.
Yes. What is there to say, though, that hasn't been covered? Like, so much...
Okay, what are your thoughts? Overall,
Overall...
What did you think?
Everyone... I'm hearing very mixed signals on social media of it being amazing and it being, like, just average. But I actually really enjoyed it. And it's kind of... Because the hype was going down until that point, because of how long we had to wait for the trailer and people saying, oh, it's coming, it's not coming. And then it just sort of came, because we got, like, we had the teaser or the leak...
Yeah.
Like, literally the day before, and then we got it the day after, and it felt kind of unexpected, because it didn't seem like a day, but then it also sort of did seem like a day we would get it, and I really enjoyed watching it, and it was
all of a sudden just there, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was like one of them films that, it's a film that I kind of look forward to, because Spider-Man, since I was young, has always been, like, my favourite superhero. Because I watched, like, the original trilogy and everything.
Yeah.
And that's what I kind of grew up with. So now it's kind of cool to see it again. And there's, like, the old villains coming back. And I don't know. It's so cool. I'm excited for it.
It's insane. Like, it blew me away, honestly.
Yeah.
So much happened in it that I was absolutely...
For a teaser trailer, it's way too much they revealed.
It's not even, like...
And it's not like first trailer.
It's not like trailer.
Teaser.
It's not even. Yeah, it's ridiculous. We got so much information. Obviously, we can just run over it a little bit. We got, what was the big? Obviously, it picks up straight away after
where everyone sort of hates Spider-Man. They see him
at the end of Far From Home. Yeah. Just after they killed Mysterio, which I'm glad they actually sort of didn't just
killed.
We
don't. We're not 100% sure yet.
We don't know.
There's a chance that he's dead, but.
Yeah, I liked how it wasn't... well, we might be wrong, but hopefully it doesn't just sort of jump ahead a little bit in time. We actually see from that moment, because I feel like we haven't really gotten too much of stuff like that before. Just like playing from the actual moment of the last film.
It might not be him... I don't know, actually, because that would be a really cool way to start it. I was going to say it might not be from, like, the exact moment where the after credit scene is. Like, you know, where he's, like, standing on the... like the light, the street light. It might not start there, but then also it makes sense that it would start there, because why would they start it anywhere else?
That's true, yeah.
Like, it's because he's in the middle of a public area in the middle of New York, just surrounded by people. It would be such a good place, because it would just be like everyone finds out this information, and then they're all just like
they just swamp him.
Yeah, and they'd all surround him, and then he knows this, like, then he escapes, and then he knows he's like sort of like in this mess. And then that's when he would then go to, like, Doctor Strange or whatever.
Which, by the way...
We will talk about Doctor Strange at some point.
We're talking now.
Alright, go on then.
Amazing. I loved it. Him as a character, he's now embodying what Tony Stark was to Peter, I feel that's what
he's
we're
kind of
explore.
getting that sort of dad figure. But then the thing vibe. Is, people are saying it's not Doctor Strange. It's not actually him, because of the eye of Mordor being still there and him being out of character. So it's that big question, is it actually him or not? And I think, I don't think it's not him, because he's literally like a sorcerer. He can do whatever the hell he wants in some extent. Who's saying that he didn't just love this, like... What is it, like an amulet thing?
Eye of Agamotto.
Yeah, so he just loved wearing it. He just created one which has nothing inside of it.
I mean, it could be a good point.
He could have just done that.
Yeah.
Like, who's saying that he didn't? Obviously, like, Thanos broke it, and in the scene where Thanos breaks it, they made it obvious that he's breaking it, because it moves away from his hand and you see it crumble.
Yeah.
So, there's obviously a reason they did that maybe they are hinting that he's not real. But
perhaps.
It just, I don't know, it seems like in detail they gave away a bit too early if it's sort of...
Well, I've been seeing online, I saw it once, some people are thinking it's Mephisto.
I've heard that.
And
just because...
I don't know. I've heard a lot about Mephisto. I heard a lot about Mephisto in WandaVision when that was around.
All of the shows. Well, actually, apart from Falcon and Winter Soldier, because that had nothing really to do with it.
But I kept hearing Mephisto's name littered throughout social media on when WandaVision was like the newest thing.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I don't think it's really. I don't see the point of at the moment why they would include him. To be honest, I feel like
because
they've literally the final episode of Loki. They've just introduced Kang.
Yeah, and then now they're going to introduce Mephisto. It doesn't.
I don't know.
What's the point?
I think it would be more realistic if it were a Skrull, because we've been Skrull hunting since Captain Marvel, and there was obviously the Skrulls in Far From Home at the end credit scene with Nick Fury
and the last scene
side chick. I can't remember her name.
Yeah,
Maria Hill.
Yeah,
Maria
that's
Hill.
the one. There's also the Skrull. It's kind of like a reminder. Skrulls still exist at the end of WandaVision.
Yeah.
To hint at a secret invasion. It kind of like the point in that is sort of obviously to lead up to secret invasion, but then it also kind of says like, remember, Skrulls do exist in this universe, and the fact that the Skrulls are shown at the end of No Way Home, just after No Way Home, Far From Home.
Far From Home, yeah.
Just after we see him evil, could suggest like that idea that it is Skrulls, because the people we've been following are Skrulls. So, but I don't understand. I could see it being Skrulls, but I don't know at the minute why Doctor Strange would replace himself with a Skrull, because there has to be like, because obviously Nick Fury did it for like a vacation sort of thing.
Yeah, of course, because we got that shot of him up on the spacecraft.
But why would Doctor Strange do it? Is there like
why was he?
It could be the same.
Why was Doctor Strange off worlds? I think it was off worlds. That wasn't Captain Marvel. It was one of the two. Why was he unavailable?
Yeah.
In Far From Home.
Far From Home.
Why was he? I don't think that was ever. I mean, I might be wrong, but I don't think that was ever.
No, because
covered.
It was definitely a specific choice of why they said them names. They said Thor was off world.
Yeah.
Captain Marvel, don't say her name.
And Doctor Strange was
one of them.
Unavailable.
He was unavailable.
Yeah.
But why is he unavailable? And obviously we see Wong going away.
Wong. I love Wong. Such a good character.
Is he? I'm guessing him going away in No Way Home through the portal to his vacation.
Yeah.
I'm guessing that was going to Shang Chi.
I think so, because there's that trailer footage of
there is the scene
Wong versus Abomination.
But we'll come back to that. We'll come back to that. We can't get into this now.
Yeah,
we can't get into this now.
Later. Obviously then, so many villains introduced.
I know.
Who we got? We got Doc Ock.
I want to say something about him. I want to say something about him. So, everyone's saying it's him coming back as Doc Ock, but what if he's not?
What do you mean, what if he's not?
So, we see the giant octopus claw, yeah? It fades out, then we see him. However, when we see him, there's no octopus arms or anything.
That's true.
So, it's just selection of when they place the thing, and we see the arm, and then we see him.
Trailers are very deceiving.
So, what if he's just like, what if it's like a, when did we get something similar to that? Like, I guess in WandaVision we did, because it was like everyone... it was WandaVision, because everyone thought Ralph Boner was Quicksilver, but he wasn't. No. So what if it was like that? So everyone thinks he's going to be Doc Ock, but he's just some random civilian. It's probably not going to be like that.
Yeah,
but it could be.
Who knows?
Like, it's not certain at the minute, is it? It's the first trailer.
I'll tell you what is certain. Jamie Foxx coming back as Electro.
That would be cool.
It's confirmed. He's on the cast list.
Yeah, I know, but that's gonna be cool. And also the fact that they're making it sort of comic accurate rather than the Blue Lightning. Yeah. Unless that was Miles Morales, which I don't think it is, but Miles Morales has Gold Lightning as well.
Who knows at this point? Anything could happen.
There's so much.
The door is open, and then I think there was a Green Goblin grenade.
Yeah,
ball thing?
It was and people are saying it's the one from the original trilogy. I don't remember his name.
Yeah.
But everyone's saying it's him because of the laugh. You recognise it. And also, when you see the lightning, apparently there's sandstorms and also lizards. So we've got 5 people from the Sinister Six so far. So who's going to be the 6th member? Is it? But the thing is, Green Goblin could be Ned, because it could be Hobgoblin.
Could be Ned?
Yeah, it could be Hobgoblin, because in the comics, Ned becomes Hobgoblin. So it could, instead of Green Goblin,
you can't do that to Ned. You can't do that to Ned. I know, but... Not Ned.
It's reasonable that it could happen, though.
Not Ned.
Okay, not Ned.
It's not Ned. Ned's too precious. Anyway, I'm so excited.
It's going to be good.
I want to watch it release night.
I've booked it off work that day just so that I can get there opening night, and I'm gonna book it early.
Let's hope they don't push the dates back.
Let's hope not. If not, I just got Friday off. That's all right.
That's not too bad, is it?
I have a sort of a mini subject that we could talk about, which are kind of linked to the Spider-Man No Way Home with like merchandise.
Go for it.
So, obviously, everything was leaked through merchandise and everything. Like, you found out through like pop figures of like the new costumes and stuff like that. But talking about pop figures, have you seen any of the new Christmas Marvel ones coming out?
I haven't. No.
You haven't? No. I'd have to find this. So, basically, they're bringing out these Marvel pop figures, but they're gingerbread men.
Gingerbread? That is insane.
Find it on your phone right now. Okay, they look so cool.
Hang on a minute.
Like, some of them are a bit...
Marvel gingerbread Funko.
Like, they're recently... Look how cool they are.
Oh my god, hang on. Let me get some images up.
I don't know if they're really that good for, like, Funko, but, like, as cookies, they just look so sick. But I'm actually kind of excited for that.
That is insane.
And I saw them on TikTok. The first one I saw was like a Wanda.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I like them, but I don't know if there's something that I would get. But if I got one, I'd probably get like one or two. I wouldn't get the whole collection because it's just, I don't know. I think they're kind of cool. They're a good way to sort of show like the Christmas theming because it's like gingerbread. But
yeah.
I don't know if they're like the perfect pop figure. If you know what I mean.
They look.
They're better than the other sort of Marvel twist ones where they've got like the Marvel wrestlers or something.
Oh yeah, I wasn't a fan of them.
And they've got like the mech suits, which are kind of cool. But I think I like them because they're more realistic.
They're really cool. I might have to get some now. Thank you for pointing that out because I really might have to get some now.
If you also want to keep on the subject of merchandise for this, we could talk about the Disney Plus minifigures, Lego ones.
Oh,
have you seen them?
I have. Yeah,
I think they are gorgeous.
They are amazing.
I'm definitely going to be getting.
We're quite big Lego fans, by the way, as well.
As you can tell. But I think I don't know, the ones that are a bit. There's like Bucky's a bit, just like he's just got the shield and like a knife. Yeah. And that's it. It's just Bucky. But like, there's the cool ones. There's the who is it? Wanda's pretty cool. Yeah. Because she's got that new headpiece, and we got a cool one with Falcon because he's got the new wing piece, which is so cool.
I actually really do like Falcon's new suit.
Yeah,
it's pretty.
Cool. I do. Yeah. I like the colours and how it's sort of like it's a lot brighter than Cap's one. It's just more of like a darker sort of navy kind of blue.
Yeah,
but it's like a really bright blue and red. So
it's a nice refresh. Yeah. To like what we already knew as Steve Rogers Captain America. It's nice. I like it.
Yeah. I think we should move away from like this whole thing though.
We probably should. We've been talking about Spider-Man for quite a while.
Yeah, for like 30 minutes now. We're at the 30-minute mark. Well, it's been about 15.
It's fine.
That's all right.
We're good. We'll go. We'll go for as long as we need. Let's go for Free Guy.
All right, yeah.
Let's talk a bit about Free Guy then.
Okay. That sounds like a good idea. I'll let you start because you watched it more recently than me. I watched it. Kind of refresh my memory.
A few days ago in the cinema. Actually, first cinema experience back it was for me. Yeah. Actually,
mine was the Suicide Squad.
It was so good. I actually forgot how loud the cinema was. Yeah. Like, and how it was mind blowing. I really loved it. I knew I was back. Yeah. At the cinema when I sat down. I had my popcorn. First piece of popcorn went in, and I bit into a kernel. I knew I was back. I was like, yeah, I'm back. I'm back. I'm here. Here we go. It was amazing. But Free Guy.
I want to just say, when I watched Free Guy in the cinema, my cinema experience wasn't ruined, but it was not as good.
What?
I watched it with subtitles. I went to the film to a subtitle viewing. Oh my! I made the mistake of going to a subtitle view. I don't know.
Did you not? Well, did it not? Was it not labelled?
It was, but so when we went to View, and on the View app, it never said anything about subtitles. No. However, on that same day, I had to go to a wedding to set up a video that I edited for them. So I had to be there at a certain time, and so I had this time limit where I could watch it within. And I wanted to watch it on that day because if I didn't watch it that day, it would be like a couple of days later. And I wanted to watch it as soon as possible. Yeah. So I set this time. I was like, okay, so me and Rio, we're gonna go at like 12:30 or something. I think the 12:30 viewing, and we couldn't go to a later one because I had to be to the wedding. And the bloody 12:30 viewing was the only one which had subtitles. And I could have went to the earlier one if I would have just thought about it.
Yeah.
And if I would have known, I would have went to the earlier one. But I went to the bloody subtitle viewing.
Oh, that feels so... I mean, helpful to those who need it, but...
Yeah, not for me.
Not for English speakers. But what did you think of Free Guy?
I'll let you go first. Okay. Because I watched it less recently, so...
have a few points.
Go on.
In my opinion, Ryan Reynolds is an amazing actor.
Oh, of course. You can't disagree with that. It's like a fact. It's not an opinion. It's a fact.
Well, okay, but like... he's been in some things that haven't been as great, but this was up there as one of the better releases this year.
Yeah, of course. I'd say probably one of the best because I'd say it is because of the sort of style of the movie. Obviously, one of the best mainstream because it's probably better and independent.
It took because there's been gaming related films before, like Sonic the Hedgehog. I mean, we can't just limit it to that, but there's been Detective Pikachu. Yeah, there's been all of these. I think there was the Mortal Kombat one as well. They were all good, but I feel like this just took a little bit more of a new direction.
It's because they're all sort of specific games, but with this one it was very broad. We had references to a load of different films, and it was kind of... Other people have said this, so I'm not original saying it, but it was kind of like a Ready Player One adaptation to it because you're in this game universe. But with Ready Player One, it was you're a player, but in this film, he's the CP. He's not
non-playable character.
Yeah, he's the non-playable character.
NPC. We got there. I really loved the film.
Yeah,
it was. Actually, there is one thing that I want to say, and it's Taika Waititi's character. I think his name was Antoine.
Yeah, Antoine.
The only thing is, I felt that he was a bit of a... He was just not... His villainous character wasn't really there for me. He was just sort of there. He didn't really impact...
I kind of understand that.
Too much. He was sort of just a bit condensed as a villain.
He was... His whole point was that he was meant to be sort of this hip guy, like down with the kids.
And I did get that, but
yeah, I understand what you mean. He wasn't like villainous.
No, and then when he had to do the whole server axe breaking stuff at the end, it just didn't really... Oh, spoilers.
We'll do a spoiler warning at the beginning.
We'll do a spoiler. There will be a spoiler warning. Don't worry. It just didn't have the same impact I feel it could have quite had if they reorganized his character a little bit better. I don't know. It's just my opinion.
Yeah, he played
it was a good character.
He really plays a good like joke character sort of thing, like with playing Korg and stuff.
Exactly.
He plays the role really well. I don't think he is the villain. He's more of like that. But like for the role he was playing of like this CEO character who's fun and whatever, he played that well. But then to take the villainous traits into it, it's not really his sort of acting, but he didn't do it badly. I think it was more to do with like the writing of how they've written his character,
potentially.
But I don't know.
Other than that though, that's the one thing that I sort of thought when I was watching the film. Other than that, I thought it was really good.
Yeah,
I would definitely get it on DVD.
Yeah,
that's a DVD.
Or if it came on like Netflix.
DVD for me. That one is.
Okay.
I really would watch that again because it was pretty good. I would recommend it as well if you haven't seen it, to definitely go and watch Free Guy because it was a really good film.
I'm not gonna lie, there was a moment where I did smile, like the bit that made me smile. You already know what it is.
I do know what it is.
But it all started with a red arm and a power punch, and then the shield comes up, and just these explicit references which you know, and they even like postmodernized it by even including like what's his name?
Chris Evans.
Chris Evans. I nearly called him Steve Rogers.
The one scene of him on his little phone screen watching the live stream.
I know.
It was so good. Hulk fist as well.
Yeah, and then they had like the lightsaber reference and the portal reference.
I actually loved that fight scene. That was one of the better fight scenes I've seen in a long time.
It's also really strange though because it was basically.
But I loved how it was a almost this unfinished character, and it was like still not quite fully coded correctly. Yeah. So it would like say like placeholder names like catchphrase. That was amazing. I actually that was probably one of my highlights of the thing. That fight scene was insane.
Yeah,
but we're Marvel geeks, so we're bound to love that.
Obviously.
And the lightsaber just going
slowly up.
Oh, absolutely incredible.
There's one trope. Amazing. There's one trope which I didn't like in the film, which is not it's not the film fault because obviously reasons, but just the bit it's kind of made to have tension, but there's no tension behind it, and it's the bit it's the whole trope that the character loses their memory, and then another character brings it back. When
when that happened,
it was kind of unneeded. Like they shut down the game, and it kind of reduced the time by like 10 minutes. Like it wasn't like a big difference or anything, was it?
It didn't really make it overall. I get the point why they did it, because if they didn't do it, then there'd be someone in like the cinema that'd be like, well, why didn't they just system reboot or whatever?
Yeah, exactly.
But I don't know. It wasn't exactly needed.
Yeah,
I could see why it was done. Maybe it was just done for a bit more watch time. I don't know.
It didn't really build on tension, to be honest. But I understand like the watch time. Yeah.
I don't know. It was good though. Very, very good film. I would recommend it.
Yeah.
I want to talk to you about What If.
All right. Yeah. Go on. Then.
I want to talk to you about What If because
I'm not gonna lie.
I don't know.
Okay, this was probably my most anticipated one.
Yeah.
Just like most anticipated show. Yeah. Just because it's very different. Like, WandaVision was different, but also in some senses was the same. And it's the same with, especially Falcon and Winter Soldier, that was basically the same as, like, the films and whatever. But this is, like, it's animation, but in the same universe as the MCU.
Essentially,
but it still works.
Although they're not specifically saying it's canon, it kind of is.
They've basically kind of said it is, but, like, they've kind of said, oh yeah, it's canon without saying it's canon.
Yeah.
And I like how I can't see that show being live action though. Like it's really weird.
No, yeah,
I can only see it working as animation, and I love that it would only work as animation. I don't know.
Cool. I really I like a lot of things, and it is good.
Yeah.
It's just different. It
is.
It's the difference that I feel like a lot of people aren't used to, because everything's up to this point, minus maybe like the occasional cartoony clip from like, I don't know, like for example in Loki when they have the Miss Minutes trailer. That's like
and in WandaVision,
that's the extent of like cartooniness you get.
Yeah.
So I feel like I really personally enjoy it. I
do.
I have to say, out of the 3 so far, 2's my favourite.
Oh, of course.
Because
it's
just brilliant. But I think that the style is so unique that a lot of people won't be necessarily ready to accept that. But I think it's really good. I do.
The thing is though, it's not like, obviously it's animation, but it's not like explicitly animation because it's realistic sort of styling of animation. It's not like they've gotten... It's comic animation. That's the point of it. It's meant to seem like a comic, and that's why I think it works so well. But it's not like they've chosen like... Because they could have done it in like an anime sort of style, like how they did Invincible.
Yeah.
They could have done it sort of similar to that, where it was like the movement wasn't so quick or like diverse. Because it would still work, because it's sort of like the comic sort of flipping of pages, and like you're looking at images that are still.
Yeah.
But I like how they've done it, where it's very nicely moved, and like the animation is smooth, but then it's also not like CG animation.
Yeah.
It's sort of like it
Yeah,
looks drawn
that's
in
fair
some way. I want to know your thoughts on the individual episodes. Like, rank them from best to worst.
Right. Well,
so far, the first
yeah.
3, because we only have 3, but we'll probably do like an updated version when we've got all of them.
They release every Wednesday, so there's one coming out in a couple of days. Of the 3 we have so far, I don't know. I have to. I'm gonna put number 2 as the best so far.
I agree with you with that. I agree 100%.
Because I think I liked everything they did with it. I even down to the point like I even liked how they didn't they obviously Chadwick Boseman recorded his lines before he obviously passed away. I like how they still used it because it sort of still kept it
100%.
with the character, and then obviously the bit at the end. It was just a really nice episode overall. Everything about it just worked. I feel like. And it's the strongest one by far in my opinion. I might be wrong, but
that was the one I was looking forward to the most. So I'm so glad that actually is good.
It is really good. First or the third? I'm gonna put the third as the second best because I am a sucker for murder mystery style shows in general.
Yeah.
And that's sort of my cup of tea. I felt like I liked how it happened, and I liked the ending because it was sort of unexpected in a little bit. I liked how it sort of like you followed Nick Fury through the whole story pretty much. It wasn't just localized on a normal Avenger. It was just sort of like I just thought it was cool.
I agree with you with with your order. I agree.
You agree?
And
not to say that.
Not to say the other order
Captain
is
Carter
wrong.
was really good. It was solid, but I feel like
it's just like you're comparing like great, better, and the best.
Exactly.
Like it's not like there's a bad.
There's no bad one. It's just it's all good.
But I liked the Nick Fury's Big Week or whatever it was called.
Yeah, because the subtitles came up as like Monday, Tuesday, whatever. Yeah.
But I liked it because it was more gritty. It's not something you expect in the MCU. All of the Avengers dying in this like really brutal way.
Cyanide poisoning and stuff like that is ridiculous.
Like because when we see them in the MCU die, they go out in like heroic ways, like whatever. But like they just died, and there was no like
they were just gone.
Yeah, it's just a really different episode.
Like Hawkeye was just sat in his cell and then was just dead. He was just dead. Yeah, he might have been sat there dead for all we know because he wasn't moving. He was just dead.
I like that one.
It was good. So, obviously we've seen 3. I don't know how many to go. I think there's
meant to be 9 overall.
Okay.
So we've got 6 more.
I can't really remember too many other scenes that they really showed throughout
there's definitely the zombie
trailers.
one in there.
The zombie one looks...
I'm excited for
I'm excited for the zombie looking one.
I
presume it's going to be something like, what if all the Avengers were zombies or something like that?
Well, it could connect. So it could literally follow on from what we just saw because it's zombie Avengers. Yeah. So from what we saw, they could just be resurrected as zombies or whatever.
Yeah, that is true. Yeah.
It'll probably be another universe, but that could be how it works. But I think we also get Tony Stark and Killmonger. We get Ultron if he wielded all the Infinity Stones.
Ooh.
We get Gamora as Thanos.
Gamora as Thanos.
Yeah, because we didn't see Gamora at all in episode 2. So I think
but we did see Thanos on the good team, which I love that.
That was cool.
That was a good moment.
That was cool.
They didn't have to do that, but they did, and it was sort of like the joke of the entire episode, which was pretty cool.
There was another one I remember, but I don't remember what it is.
No,
like I remember it, but I also don't. But Party Thor, that's one of them.
Party Thor, yeah,
which is going to be kind of cool. And I don't remember any of the others, but I don't know. I think the most anticipated out of the rest that are coming up is definitely going to have to be zombie.
Yeah,
because
it's either that or the Iron Man Killmonger. I think those are the two.
I don't know, because the Infinity Stone one sounds kind of cool.
Yeah,
because I think he takes over Vision as well. Because if you look in the poster,
because we would have to get the Mind Stone. Yeah, to be fair, so yeah,
because in the poster
they're all strong, but I think you might be right with the zombie one.
I think zombie, just because it is very different, and apparently it's so sad that we were meant to get another episode. There was meant to be 10.
Was there?
Yeah, and the reason they removed one. The reason is because it was too dark for Marvel.
Too dark.
Too dark, and it's so sad. It was meant to be like a Spider-Man one as well. And
Can't they just like
sounds so good?
Stuff it on Star or whatever it is, the 18+ service.
I don't know.
I think it's what it is anyway. I don't know.
I think it's like other movies that aren't really Disney, but it's just it's so sad that we missed it.
Yeah.
It would have been so good just to see this like very, very different sort of episode, and they could have had like a warning before it.
Yeah.
That it's going to be like really dark or like gruesome or however they were planning on doing it. And it would have
they could have even just put an age restriction on when you click on the thing on Disney Plus.
Yes.
Like, are you over this age?
Yeah. They could have easily done that.
Exactly.
And they could just do it on all their 18+ films. Or just like not show it, because I think you have to put your age in when you, or like you select what films you can watch on it. They could have done that.
I don't know. I think that would have been because then we would have been able to get it. But hey,
yeah, it's kind of annoying.
So far,
So
far we've got 3. I've loved all 3.
Oh yeah, of course.
They are insane.
Yeah.
I think.
What else we got left to talk about?
I think the only really main thing that we now need to talk about is obviously Shang-Chi. Shang-Chi. I actually don't know a lot about. I don't know too much about this. I haven't really seen too many trailers. Obviously, I've seen a few, but I haven't seen too many.
I've seen what there is on available, but because Marvel sort of were like, oh, we don't really care about this film. Like, because did you realize how little they advertised that film?
Yeah.
They like until like the last maybe 2 weeks, 3 weeks, there was nothing.
No. And
it's like the film actually looks amazing. They look like they put so much work into it, but there was hardly any advertisement.
No, it's just
I
don't know. I really am looking forward to this because obviously I mentioned earlier Karate Kid. I love that sort of like kung fu style, like Asian sort of themed movies. I really do like them.
Yeah.
I don't know why I like them. I just do. I just like the style of them.
Oh yeah.
And to get one of those as like an actual Marvel film, I'm super excited for it. That's another one I want to go see as soon as possible. If I can get it opening day, I will.
Oh yeah, I'm trying, but I don't know when is the 3rd of September. Is that Tuesday?
That's in a few days. Yeah, I think it's like Tuesday or Wednesday.
If it's Tuesday, I'm watching opening day because I don't work on Tuesdays. But the one question I have is how does it connect to like Tony Stark and everything?
Yeah,
because I haven't really looked into it much.
Any outsider like that isn't really doing any research. The only connection is the 10 Rings, obviously, because that was who were the people that captured Tony in Iron Man
10
1
rings on his arm,
and the 10 Ring. Yeah, so
which is
what I've heard is that obviously they're gonna discuss or they're gonna reveal the real Mandarin, which I believe to be is I can't remember the actual main guy's name, but it's the main guy's dad, I believe. And obviously there's going to be some more backstory around how they formed, I presume, as like a terrorist organization. And I don't know, I just love how it's sort of just going to come together as like, almost like a father versus son like fight scene for it is good versus evil.
Mm-hmm.
But I feel like there's a bit more of a deep-rooted connection
of course,
between everything that I feel like it's just going to really hit well with the audience. And I did hear, I can't remember who I saw it from, but there was I think the end credit scene is apparently huge. Yeah. I don't know whether that's true.
I sent you something about it.
Yeah.
A theory about it.
Yeah, I think it's huge. I think it's going to be a really big... I don't know what it is. Not heard anything because obviously they had the red carpet night not too long ago for the premiere of it.
Yeah.
Apparently it's huge. I don't know how huge.
Well, it's got to be something that's going to influence the future.
Yeah.
And in some way, this film is going to be very influential through either Abomination being a big part in the future.
Yeah.
Or Shang-Chi himself.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's actually his name or if it's just the.
Well, we'll just refer to him as Shang-Chi.
But him himself, he's going to be a big part in the future.
Yeah.
But I can't really think where. Like maybe working with Doctor Strange or something because with C. Wong and Wong's with.
It
Doctor
sort of
Strange.
all ties in together.
Yeah, they all kind of.
I like how it's sort of things are overlapping a bit more now.
Yeah,
like across films.
Yeah.
It's quite cool.
It's because I didn't really know much, but like even like the past with like Abomination coming in, it links all that, and then it also links into the future because of with Wong.
Yeah.
And like all that. It's like I feel like this character we're now getting introduced to can do a lot in the future of the MCU because he's got like the 10 rings thing, which seems so overpowered. And I want to know their potential.
It seems like it's almost like a new Infinity Stone style device.
Yeah,
in a way.
yeah.
And I'm all for it.
It looks really cool. And the CG of him, like, did you see the fight? It's at the end of one of the trailers when there's like 2 of them. They've got the 10 rings. I don't know if they've both got 10 rings or whatever, but there's like red and blue against each other.
Yes, I did see that.
That looks like a cool scene.
Maybe it'll be like 5 and 5. Who knows?
Maybe. I don't know, but I think
cool. There was the CGI scene where it was like they flew onto the hand and
that looks really cool.
It was so good.
I'm very excited for this film, and I can't wait to watch it. And I hope that my expectations aren't like put down,
crushed.
Yeah, like
crushed.
Yeah, they in theory crushed.
Yeah.
Because so many people have said that it's going to be a good, or that it is a good film, and
I'm hoping so. Marvel 9 times out of 10 deliver.
Yeah,
they normally do.
Yeah.
Like,
it's just they should have just They should have just like
done a bit more.
Done more. Yeah,
just a little bit more.
Just
maybe.
Because no one.
And I feel like now it's already been overshadowed by the trailer for Spider-Man.
Exactly.
It's already been overshadowed.
It's just the placement of the trailer was a bit.
But Sony is Sony. They can do what they want.
Yeah.
And Marvel kind of has to.
I think that's what Sony did on purpose. They must have done it purposefully just before.
They have to oblige though. So.
Yeah, I don't know, but I'm excited.
Yeah, definitely. So am I. I think that's everything covered. So now.
You know what's now.
We know what's happening now.
The challenge.
Basically, yeah, we've been tossing and teasing this challenge all podcast, and basically, we're gonna call it. We've come up with this idea, and it's called the CineChatters Challenge. Okay, I know, dumb name. Ignore it.
No, that's good.
It's sticky.
It works.
It's sticky. CineChatters Challenge is sticky.
Even if it's a bad name, we're gonna stick with it just because it's what it is now.
What the idea of this challenge is
basically give each other a challenge each episode that we have to do by the end of the next episode.
Yeah,
however, we don't know what each other's giving each other until this very point.
Exactly, yeah. It has to be film, TV, or cinema related, obviously, because it's the podcast.
In some sort of way.
Yeah, and obviously there is a underlying gentleman's rule. We can't do anything ridiculously extreme.
Yeah.
But we're allowed to make it as crazy.
As long as it's legal, I think we're fine.
As long as it's legal, yeah, hopefully.
And as long as it doesn't cause like any sort of physical pain to the other person, like.
Okay. I didn't think we were going this far.
Okay, we're allowed pain, just not too much, like broken limbs or anything.
Okay,
no broken limbs.
No broken. I thought you said broken limbs.
We're allowed. Just no death.
No death.
That's the only rule.
Right. Okay. I don't know how you want to do this.
Who's gonna go with their challenge first? Who's giving first?
Should we rock paper scissors?
All right. Yeah. So wait, winner says first or winner gets theirs first?
Winner says first.
Okay.
All right. On shoot.
Shoot.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right.
Rock paper scissors shoot.
Oh, I got you. All right. So I've got to give yours first.
Yeah,
okay.
I'm ready.
Okay, Connor, your first ever CineChatters challenge. It's not horrible. We're starting. Hopefully, we're starting quite small. But I don't know how small you're going to think this is.
All right.
Your first CineChatters challenge is you get to go to watch a cinema showing of your choice.
Yeah.
Okay. You get to go and watch any film of your choice, any time of day, any day.
Yeah.
Has to be at the cinema though.
All right.
Either one, because we've got View and Odeon here.
Yep.
You can go to whichever one you like. But you have to go in a banana costume.
Oh, you kidding me?
Because I know you have a banana costume.
The worst thing is, I was thinking, I'll just do it as Shang Chi. But Shang Chi, I'm hoping to watch that opening day.
Yep.
In a, oh my.
You've got to go in a banana costume.
It's not
and
as
sit.
bad.
You've got to sit in. Obviously, if they don't allow you to, you're gonna have to try and figure something out. You're gonna have to be crafty.
Yeah.
But you've got to at least have some way of showing that you went to the cinema and you were sat in your seat in a banana costume.
Okay. Well, if they don't let me in the cinema with the banana costume on, I'll put it in my bag and then I'll go in and then put it on while I'm in my seat. But I'll walk into the cinema. So So if I go with you, I'll walk into the mall.
Yeah.
In the banana costume. Yeah. Go up to the desk, buy my ticket with the banana costume, and then go up to wherever they tell me to get it off. Yeah. Take it off, then put it back on in my seat.
You've got to do it though. You've got to go to the cinema in a banana costume.
All right, I'll do it.
And I hope mine's not nearly as bad as that.
Yours is nowhere near as bad as that.
Is it not?
No.
Oh my god.
At all.
Okay.
I had one. So I've got 3 drafts.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
So I had the first idea I had.
Do I get to pick?
No.
Oh. Okay.
You get given one.
Okay.
Well, you can pick between 2 things, but it's like basically the same thing.
Yeah.
So the first draft I had was, I thought, I'm gonna get Harvey to walk until he sees 5 advertisements or like trailers or anything for a film. They have to be 5 different films, yeah? But then I thought, that's a little bit harsh because the closest place you have to go to is like at least an hour walk from yours. I think that's a little bit too harsh.
It's a bit
you have
difficult.
to go an hour out your way, then an hour back at least.
Yeah, that's fair enough.
So I thought that's a bit too much.
Oh dear.
Then I thought of a second one and I was like, I'm not going to tell you this one because depending on how difficult...
you're saving this one.
Yeah, I'm
right?
saving this one. Depending on how difficult you give me challenges in the future, it's coming back.
Well, how bad is this one then?
Because it's quite a bad one. It's not like awful, but it's just like a little bit mean.
Okay.
And just like very awkward in like...
Yeah.
But like you've kind of given me one, which is a little bit awkward. But you're saying you've got worse ones for the future.
I've got a stockpile.
So... the challenge I'm giving to you includes a certain room in your house known as the kitchen.
Okay.
Therefore, I may have given you a hint earlier in the episode of what you're going to be doing, but what I need you to do is you need to go into the kitchen and you need to bake something. And what you're going to be baking is gingerbread men in the shape of Marvel characters.
Oh no.
Now, the only rule is they have to be a Marvel character, or you have an exclusion. You can make Gingy from Shrek. So you can do one of them too.
Okay.
Now there's a couple rules.
Yeah.
You have to bake them. You can't get them like gingerbread kits where you just design them. You actually have to bake them. So if they turn out bad, it's alright.
Okay.
As long as they can some way resemble the character, you pass. So
what happens if I fail?
If you fail, then you get a worse challenge next time.
Okay.
By a lot.
I've got to do a good job then. Okay, yeah.
Now, with that, you don't have to do the whole character. So, like, for example, if you did Captain America, you could just do a shield.
Okay.
So it has to somehow resemble the character, something to do with it. You can't be like Captain America and just draw like a random bloke and be like, this is Captain America. It has to somehow resemble them. And the third rule, which I kind of I had an idea and I can't remember what the third rule was.
Right. But
I had a third rule.
You had a third rule.
And I'll think of it, but I can't remember it.
You have a third rule. Okay.
The third rule is that I have to taste them. They can be awful or amazing, but I have to taste them at some point.
Okay.
So even if that's during the podcast or before the podcast, I have to taste them. And that's your challenge. So you have to make gingerbread men. And then, they have to resemble the character.
That's fine.
Good luck.
Good luck. Good luck to you. So, to recap, my CineChatters challenge to Connor is that he has to go to the cinema, a viewing of his choice. He can go to see whatever he wants.
You know what? I'll get it out now. Just so that to prove that I'll wear it. Okay, so I'll have to go to the cinema. You probably can't hear me right now, but it's alright.
If you're watching on the YouTube video...
this is what I have to go to the cinema.
This is what he has to go to the cinema wearing.
I'll sit in my seat.
It is so bright.
I won't wear it for the film because it's just a bit.
No, you've got to prove that you were sat in it.
The trailers bit.
You've got to at least prove that you were sat in there with the banana suit on.
Like this.
Like
I'll get there 30 minutes early so that then there's no one in there. It's just me sitting there.
Yeah.
And then your challenge is you have to bake gingerbread men of either
Gingerbread
a
men,
Marvel characters.
Yeah.
Or you have to make at least one.
Okay.
So a Marvel character or Marvel characters, or Gingy from Shrek.
Okay. Can I do both?
If you want to, it's your choice.
I'll try both, and then you've got to taste them.
Yeah.
Oh God.
Well,
I've got to make sure they're not burnt. Brilliant.
So now that we've done the challenge,
I think that's pretty much covered everything.
Yeah.
So I hope you guys enjoyed the first ever CineChatters podcast.
Yeah, first full episode.
Hopefully it goes well.
Yeah, we don't know what episode 2 will be like, so
No.
we can't have any like teaser of like, oh, come back next time for this. But we'll in the future, when we know what we'll be doing in the next episode, we'll probably do like, oh, in next episode we'll be talking about these films.
Yeah, depending on how things go. Yeah.
But I guess the teaser we could give you is in the next episode. You'll see, if you watch on YouTube, you'll see clips of us completing our challenges.
Yeah.
And we'll also be talking about post watching Shang Chi.
Yeah.
And
definitely.
Other subjects as well. It might be Marvel related, it might be anything else. But we have a CineChatters Instagram, Twitter, TikTok,
and YouTube page.
Yeah.
Make sure to follow us on all of those.
So if you're interested, follow us on all of them. If you have any film or TV or like subjects to do with that matter, go over to like our Instagram. We'll make a first post about the first episode and comment stuff you want.
Talk to us, yeah.
Yeah, let us know what sort of subjects you want us to talk about on this podcast, even if it's in like a year's time or right now.
Exactly, yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
So that concludes the first episode, I'm guessing.
Yeah, make sure to follow the podcast, because we'll do our best to get as many of these out as possible.
We'll get them hopefully at least like once a week, maybe once a fortnight, depending on how busy we are.
Yeah, uni's starting, so we've got to fit it around that. But will be lots of fun.
Yeah.
Thank you, Connor.
That's all right.
It's been
Thank
fun.
you, Harvey.
All right. And we'll see you guys in the next podcast.
Yeah.
All right.
See you later.
See ya. Bye.